freezing, as you can tell. Sorry. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm trying to wake up, guys. I need like real coffee so bad. Anyway, good morning, everybody. And welcome to Coffee Talk. As I poke myself in the eye. I hope everybody's well. I wish I had eyelash conditioner and not mascara. I'm like tired of putting on mascara. It is Wednesday. I can't believe we're already like in the first Wednesday of like the first work week back. It's like halfway through the week already. My youngest daughter, Charlie, came down this morning and cried about missing her dentist appointment. Like she must have had a dream about going to the dentist or something. I don't know. So bizarre. But anyway, so last night before my oldest child went to bed, she made a comment about like she told me in passing about something that was said in her group of friends. And she and I started talking about inclusion and what that means. And, you know, it's always hard for me to have an honest conversation with my kids about inclusion because it forces me to be honest about why I'm so inclusive now. People typically become inclusive if they have been the one that's left out. I was the opposite. I was the bully when I was young. So for me, I did the leaving out. I was the girl that always controlled the energy at the lunch table, or that's not true. In middle school, I didn't. But when I got older and I could control it, I did. And for me, I got really good at inclusion because I was the one who knew what it felt like to make people feel bad. And I hate that about myself. I can't change it. So I have found that the more honest I can be with my kids about who I used to be, the better. I get my feelings hurt now a lot because I leave myself vulnerable to women, and women generally are mean. I know where that all comes from. It comes from a painful place. It comes from the fear of let's leave her out, or let's push her out, or let's talk about her before anyone can do it to me. There are women that I know who are constantly stirring the pot and constantly like trying to manipulate who's friends with who and who talks to who and whatever. And I just have had to have really honest conversations with my children about inclusion and what that means and why it is hard sometimes to invite the bully to come sit with you. Because typically they're acting like that because they're insecure or they've been hurt or they feel bad. And I understand how bizarre it is to look at the mean person in your group and feel like you have to continuously include them because it is the right thing to do. And like, I hate talking to Olivia, especially. about, because Max comes from a place of, Max is a heart boy. Mommy, why did you bully people? Oh, because you were hurting? Why did people hurt you, Mommy? Right? Like, such a good boy who wants to include everyone and protect everyone and love everyone. I'm telling you, to know Max is to love him. He is truly like a gift, that child. Truly. Olivia's, it's not that she's not a gift. She's just much more skeptical and much more like, I'm not really buying that shit. So I have to work a lot harder with Olivia. So like last night, I get in bed next to her and I'm like, scoot over. And we're talking about as these girls get older. And, you know, Olivia is very perceptive. She knows when her mother is hurting, when her mother is sad, when her mother feels left out. And I'm trying to show her that the old me would lash out, would start trouble, would, when I felt left out or felt hurt, that I would make everybody else feel as bad as I did. And that now it is my responsibility to take that pain, that embarrassment, that disappointment, and process it and feel it and separate myself and take time, because hurting other people will not accomplish anything. It will do nothing for the situation. It won't make me feel better. It won't bring people closer. It won't heal anything. It will just hurt. So I have to, what's new for me is process all of it, feel all of it, separate myself, allow myself to be humbled, allow myself to be embarrassed. There was a party, I wasn't invited. It broke my heart. I didn't understand why. People who loved me left me out. And I have to talk to my 11-year-old daughter about those feelings. Because if I don't, I am likely to become a very ugly, bitter person. It's in me to get nasty. No, she never saw the old me. Well, sometimes she does in like road rage and shit, but she doesn't know like the real old me. No, I've come so far from that. But I'm explaining it to her last night and I'm like, you know, she's like, I know how getting left out feels. Like, I know that you're sad. And I'm like, yes, but the gift, it's a combination between gift and dick. The gift is that now I can honestly say that being left out hurts. It hurts. It made me cry. People who loved me or told me they loved me and were my friends purposefully conspired to leave me out of something. That is hurtful. And it is embarrassing to look at your child who already thinks you're different and already thinks you're the weird parent, the Jersey parent, the one who says sneakers or whatever. And I know she kind of thinks they left me out because I'm different. But regardless of why it happened, she was listening to like how important it is to process that. Because I said to her, in leaving me out, they left you out too. And I know how that feels. And it's okay for us to feel that. It's okay for us to feel bad about it. It's okay for us to feel sad about it. What isn't okay is if we treat people badly, if we say mean things about them, if we leave them out, you know, like, oh, now I'll have a party and I'll leave you out. Or I'll do this and I won't include you. Like, then what? Are we godly? Are we setting an example? Are we winning? Are we healthier? I don't know. No, none of that. So I said to Olivia, what do we do? And she's looking at me. That's the thing. She looks at me for the answers. She really wants to know, well, what do we do? So I told her, we have to feel it. We just have to feel it and let it come and sort it out and then let it go. Because We need to be inclusive. Mean moms raise mean girls. That's just a fucking fact. And I don't have the luxury of being a mean mom, because then I will raise two mean girls. And I can't do that, because I don't want my kids to ever meet your kids on the playground and leave them out. Like, that would break my heart if anybody ever called me and said, your child purposefully left my child out. It would break my heart. So I have to talk to them about inclusion and say, the reason that I got to this place is because I used to be a really shitty person. I used to be a mean, ugly person who found it really easy to hurt other people because I was hurting. And now it sucks being, this person all the time, because I have to feel so much and I have to hurt more. But I am a safe space. People in my life know they can come to me if they need to come to me. People in my life know that they have a friend in Sullivan Children. I can't tell you how many moms have said to me, your child looks out for my child, or your child always includes my child, or your child loves my child. That's all I want to hear. Are my kids good to your kids? You can be mean to me all day long. You can leave me out. You can shit on me. You can talk about me. That's who you are. As long as I am raising good children, that's the only thing that I pray for. Just let me change the pattern. Because my mother was aggressive. She's a fighter. She's, tough. And I became the same aggressive person that she is. And I don't want my kids to carry that. I really don't. Because one day your child will come into the cafeteria and look for a place to sit. And I need it to be my child that turns around and says, you can sit with us. Not, oh my God, that's so-and-so. Don't let her sit here. No, hell no. Hell no. I will have failed. I will have failed if my children become who I used to be. It's got to change with me. It has to. Because it didn't change with Susan, and that's okay. She didn't know another way. My grandmother was the same way. From Italy, nasty. Not all people from Italy are nasty, by the way. My grandmother, nasty, mean as a snake, put curses on people. If you pissed Connie off, her birthday's today, by the way, Gigi, in heaven. But if you pissed Gigi off, she would curse you and leave you out. And my mom followed the same pattern, and I followed the same pattern. And when it would be so easy for me to say to Olivia, oh, they left me out, they hurt me, fuck them. Let's do our own thing. Let's have a party without them. Let's leave them out. Max, don't talk to this person. Charlie, don't do this. Blah, blah, blah. Nah, I can't do it. My kids are so good. My kids are so godly. They are they try to be really good people. And could you imagine if I tried to break their spirit and make them ugly? Oh my God. And I told my kids, people are not required to include us in everything. We're not required to be invited to everything, and it's okay if it hurts us. That's okay. Being left out is hurtful. It is hurtful. But we know how that feels. So we are not going to do that to anyone else. Right? Right. And I love that Olivia is such a smart, introspective girl that I can have honest conversations with her and make her see who people are and what they do and who we want to be and like what that means. And we can talk to Father Bob and like, you know, it doesn't have to be religious. We just happen to have a Father Bob. So like last night we were with Father Bob at the rectory or whatever it's called. And we were talking to him about inclusion and which kind of, and hurt people hurt, and which led to the conversation at bedtime last night. And like, I really am proud of myself today because I am actually changing the pattern. We post memes about it. We talk about it all the time. And I am actually changing it. My children will be different than I was and than my mother was and that my grandmother was. They just will. And I love that. And I might not do everything right in parenting, and I might not, you know, have every win, but it is important for my children to know the truth. I was a bully. I was an angry, hateful, awful person. And it didn't get me anywhere. I wasn't healthier. I wasn't prettier. I didn't have more friends. I mean, I thought I did, but people were just more afraid of me. They just didn't want to be the one on the other end of my wrath. That's no fun. That's not how you want people to be drawn to you. If you have a light, you want people to be drawn to that because it's good, not because they're scared. It's amazing that you really can break the cycle, truly. And it's a great feeling. It really, really is. And Olivia came in this morning, and we're doing like a reading thing in my house where if they read for every 15-minute block they read, they have to log it and then they earn 15 minutes on their iPads. So Olivia came in to let me know that she was reading. She came in at 7:00 and she's like, Mom, I'm going to read for 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, just write it down. And she was like, okay. And then she said, well, we always sit, you know, mostly in the same place at lunch, but if anybody doesn't have a place to sit, I would always let them sit with me. And I'm like, I know you would. I know you would. And I love that she's still thinking about it. You know, just keep thinking about it. That's all I want people to remember is just keep thinking about it. And when people hurt your feelings, try to figure out why. Why would they do that? Why are they doing that? Try to come from a place of understanding before you react, before you get nasty, before you retaliate, because that's energy, that space is not, I'm telling you, I lived there for 10 years. Nothing is happening. You're not getting any prettier. You're not getting any richer. Like, you're not getting any closer to God. It's not good. It's not a good space. Try to understand why people behave the way they do. And if you can come from a place of understanding, and at the very least, don't become that. Be the includer. Be the inclusive person that your children can be proud of. I'm telling you, it matters. It matters. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to get dressed. I love you. I really do. And I'm so grateful that you guys are here with me. And maybe you can share this video because I feel like there are people who need to hear it. So maybe just share it. I love you so much. Have a great, great day.